We'll stop right there. How you doing, everybody? How's it going? I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. I know it's late, but I want to have a quick live feed because today was, well, we're at midnight now, but Monday, January the 23rd, that was the beginning of tax season. You guys know I am an accountant by profession, and I've been in business over 20 years. And me also being a business consultant, business coach, a lot of times people ask me all the time, listen, D, beginning of the year, get this tax refund. I want to start a business up, but I'm not really too familiar with business, or I've dabbled and dabbled with it, over the years. But I want to try to start something up where I don't have a lot of risk. I got a chance of making money, but I don't have a lot of risk. Now, again, in the perfect world, that sounds great. Everybody wants to do that. Nobody wants to, everybody want to make a lot of money, but nobody want to lose anything. I get it. But with that said, what I just drafted a couple of small business ideas for people to try to, if you are looking at, sticking your toe in the entrepreneur side of things, not necessarily saying you're trying to, leave your job or anything, but you got your refund, tax refund that's came in. You want to start a new business up, but you're trying to, think of a couple of endeavors that you can try to do, but you don't have a lot of risk associated with you. I got you right here, okay? But before we get started again, guys, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. The Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. We talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. So again, I've been swamped all day long. I had a board meeting early in the day, but I want to do a live feed. I was going to postpone it to tomorrow, but I got enough stuff to do tomorrow. So, I don't even know if I better get it in. But feel free if you got any questions or comments. Again, we're talking about, small business ideas you can start with your tax refund, okay? Because like I said, I know a lot of people starting in February when the money start coming in, everybody's going to want to do different things. Get new furniture, get new clothes, get repairs done around the house, take a trip, travel. But there are a lot of people that do want to start another business, want to go embark on the whole entrepreneurial trail, go take steps toward financial freedom, a whole plethora of things. But again, still that kind of, hesitation. Like I want to do it, but I don't want to lose this money. It took me a whole year to get this change in my hand. So I don't want to put it into things that can potentially I can lose it. All right. So I do want to go over just a couple of quick small business ideas that I know, just being a business coach over the years. There are things that you can actually do. Not saying that, okay, I'm going to make you rich overnight, but these are things you can dibble and dabble with. If just want to just play with entrepreneurs, not play, I won't use play as a word, but just kind of, just experiment with entrepreneurship, and you're not making a big investment, but you got a potential to, do pretty good in it, especially in relation to the actual amount of money that you put into it. Now, we starting this up, guys. I want you to think about it. This is what I want you guys to take in consideration. When I start talking about business, I think outside the box, right? I'm an analytical person, so I don't traditionally look at everything from the straight brick and mortar side, right? I've been a serial entrepreneur over 20 years. You know it. You think about it, I've done it, from different resume companies, studios to, had a salon over 17 years, been in tax business over 20 years, been in the financial service accounting business 25 years. So I have a whole wide world of things that I've done over the years in regards to, experience and things like that. Investor, real estate investing for you, all of it, just so I'm very versed with a lot of different industries. So with this said, what I want people to start thinking about when you start looking at going the whole part of entrepreneurship, the first thing we always want to do, guys, before we start going to these whole business endeavors, make an honest assessment of you. Your risk tolerance. What I mean by the amount of risk that you can give out with certain things, how much you can afford to lose, how you may have impulses about pulling away from things. So you need to kind of be very, very aware of how you are before you start going down this path. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try entrepreneurship, but you do got to be realistic about certain things that you want to do or not, right? So when I start thinking about small business ideas you can take with start with your tax refund. Again, we're taking in consideration these actual low cost, low risk investment, but they have potential to make high rewards or high profits. Okay. Um, One of the first things I want to think about, like I said, thinking outside the box, is website design or developer. What I will say this, guys, when I say website developer, I don't know anything about HTML, web hosting, web developing, or anything like that. But you guys know, like I said, if you ever been to my company website, Majestic Business Services, we've been off on website development, hell, over 15 years, right? I have web developers on deck. You have sites like Upwork, Fiverr, things like that. You can actually market yourself as a website company. You can find freelance web developers. Look on a site like Fiverr. You can find out how much somebody charges to do a website. You can reach out to them and partner with them. Say, hey, listen, I'm actually this particular company that's going to offer these services. They may charge $500 to do a website. You may put, a certain percentage markup on it. So now you're doing that. They're charging five, you're charging 650, and you can have, a partner with them have similar, a package that you can work out with doing it. Again, you're the only thing that you're actually, spending is time, and that's, brokering the relationship and, marketing your business. So we start talking about web development. Again, when I talk about this, guys, remember I said I think outside the box, right? You talk to a man that owned a salon for 17 years, and I don't know anything about hair, right? I was that long in the game, and I was that long in the business where I seen a lot of salons open and close and barbershops that I know they knew a whole lot more about the industry than I did, but I know they didn't know more about business than I did, right? So what we're saying that again, think outside the box, right? You don't have to get all the money. You just need to get money, for not doing anything. Again, what I mean by that, you don't have to do the whole grunt work of the web development and things like that. You can just be that intermediary broker. So you actually market yourself as a website creator, website developer, however you want to do it. Go to these freelance sites. Find you can again the way it's set up now. Fiverr has changed. You can actually reach out to the people, set up these relationships. You can have 5 or 6 different web developers that you're actually brokering with. And when people reach out to you for a website, they can actually give you their sample work, and you're just an intermediary just brokering deals for them. But it's coming from your company, ABC Designs, strictly owned by you. They're paying you 650. You pay the web developer 500 because they've already showed you different packages. You're marketing that to your customers, and you're making $150, right? And it's that simple. You found 10 people, 10 websites to do. You make $1,500. You can do that. 10 websites a week that you're outsourcing. 1,500 times 1,500 times 4. That's $6,000 a month. I mean, it's not as difficult as you may potentially think it is. It's just the main cost again is going to take you some human capital and time to do it. But again, you just got to think outside the box. Remember what I always say, guys. We work backwards from the goal. So we sit there and look at we want to make X amount of dollars. Just if I want to make me an extra $6,000 a month, like we just said, all we got to do is work backwards. If I'm doing this a month, I don't think I'm making $150. Again, 1,500, 10 a week. A whole month we made that easy $6,000, and people do that all the time. People do it all the time. No kind of capital investment. Nothing where they sit there and like, hey man, I'm gonna lose all the money I put into it. You just gotta be smart. You gotta be smart about things, okay? Think outside the box. And that first one again was a web developer. The same concept, the same concept, the same concept that I've used, and I push people. T-shirt and clothing designer, same, process. The only thing again, guys, think outside the box. I'm not a big proponent unless you want to, because there are some people I know that have a lot of t-shirt companies, things like that, and they're holding inventory and things, and that's cool. That's cool if you know that you actually can be totally involved with the process and you have the time to do it. But again, we're looking at business ideas. We get our tax refund. What can we do? What can we do with our tax refund? We actually want to, step out there and maybe double this money, triple this money, or just take a portion of it and just start some stuff. A t-shirt clothing line company is an excellent way to get started. You can go same concept what I just said. You can go on Fiverr, find a freelance designer, Upwork. You can use a site like Canva. And remember, guys, again, the link there in the uh, on the YouTube channel, you can find a link, that Fiverr link, that's affiliate link that I have in my description section of the YouTube video. Make sure you hit that video, guys. Again, real quick thing I want to note. Again, we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. I'm also streaming my other YouTube channel, Change Your Lives, because it's kind of like a shared subject. That's more of a motivational channel. But again, the main hub, Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. Over 600 videos on the YouTube channel. Excuse me. Subscribe to the channel. Take advantage of all the great information we got there. Got a grant playlist with over 150 grant opportunities. A lot of great information. Just released 5 videos in regards to all the different schedule forms for your tax form, schedule A, B, C, D, and E, breaking down, explaining to you what those forms are for, how they're used, how to fill them out. All that is on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Go to the channel, subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information. So again, we're back at that whole t-shirt clothing company. Like I said, Fiverr, they have templates set up even like on a site like Canva. The cost, going back to what I said before, you can put, now the cost with Fiverr again is those getting those freelancers. You can pay somebody to pay for their designs and things like that. You can find you a site like a Teespring, what is it, Bando, I forgot the actual other company. These are intermediary companies that you can actually, it's not long a Teespring, I think it's just Spring. But it's like 4 or 5 different companies. They're more so you can get the designs, pay a freelancer to do the designs, go to those websites, and they pretty much print on demand with those t-shirts and t-shirts, sweatshirts, leggings, whatever you want. I've sold them all. They even have where you can sell masks, coffee cups. I've used all of them for years. The only cost associated was paying those designers. Now, keep in mind, if you have a person, you say a graphic, and this is not trying to cut money from people. You have some people that you may can find, in India, where let's say $20 goes a long way, and they may do a decent design. But if you probably invest a little bit of change into it, and when I say a little bit, it went from 50 to $100. You probably get a little bit better quality designs for your shirts and stuff like that. But it still goes back to, regardless what kind of business you want to have, when we start going down the road of entrepreneurship, you still got to have some kind of hustle and bustle about yourself. You got to have some kind of hustle and bustle. You got to be okay with hearing the word no and bouncing back from that, as long as you're, moving in the right direction with everything with that. So that's something, we can't outsource. We can't outsource ambition. We can't outsource courage with doing it. But, what we're talking about, just ideas you can do, small business ideas you can use for your tax refund. A t-shirt clothing business is excellent, because again, you just have to just find the right designers and do it for those particular clothing, and use those intermediary sites and just do print on demand. The only drawback with that is, and this just being honest with you, with companies like Spring that do the print on demand and things like that, the only issue is that you lose a lot of flexibility for the quality, because you have this intermediary. Depending on where the order is coming from, they may have already have partner relationships with different print companies around different regions. And so you may have bought a sweatshirt that says Mr. Short Dollar, and it's supposed to maybe fill up the whole torso, and another person in a different part of the country may order it, and that logo may be a little bit smaller. Um, those companies aren't hard to get refunds for or get returns. They're not hard to deal with as far as doing that, but that can happen. But at the end of the day, it makes it a whole lot easier. If you don't want to make a capital investment of screen machines, to screen printing machines, and getting all these kind of things together, or presses for a shirt, excellent idea if you want to just do some kind of print on demand to find these particular things. Again, we're thinking about small business ideas that you can start with your tax refunds where you can have low cost, low investment to it, but you have potential to make decent amount of profits, right? Again, that t-shirt company, again, the process we're doing is not just quote unquote the t-shirt company or the clothing company, it's the process we're going about it. Remember, we're thinking outside the box, we're moving in a different direction. We start actually buying equipment, going, doing, brick and mortar. That's a whole different dynamic. Now, I'm not saying going and buying these particular things. That's cool to do that, but you got to understand the risks associated with it. The way I'm teaching you, or describing to you rather, is more cost effective to do it. More cost effective. You got to think outside the box. We're in a we're in a very big world, so you don't have to just leave it just to your Facebook friends or the people you're friends with on Instagram. You can actually, get these particular items and, use Google Ads and sell them worldwide. Remember, it's set up print on demand. So somebody in, Australia, all over Europe, in Asia, whatever, where they can actually get access to the ads that you run and things like that, they can do that. So you don't have to go a traditional route, in regards to this. So just kind of always keep that in mind. The world is flat. We start dealing with technology and the way things are. The world is flat. Everyone has access to you. They have access to the internet, so you don't have to be limited. Again, far too often people do that. They start a business up. They start posting on their social media, and they find out quickly that they may know a lot of people, but they don't know a lot of people that actually gonna partake in doing business with them, right? Sometimes your family and friend may buy your shirt or use your services and everything, but for the most part, they're glad you do it and they'll support you in words, but supporting you in money is a whole different dynamic. So the onus is on you to be finding those customers that's actually going to support you with those particular things. So that's why we're bringing up these small business ideas that you can start with your tax refund. Kind of like I say again, thinking outside the box, low cost, low investment, but potentially make decent returns and decent profits and stuff. That's what we're looking at. Okay, and that second one was a t-shirt company. Another one is coaching and consulting. What I would say this to everybody, you don't have to be this guru and know everything and stuff. And I'm a very big proponent of. I've been in the financial services industry over 20 years, and there's a lot of ethics and honesty that comes along with it. And I know you guys have seen a gazillion videos that can tell you get this credit, start this business, and do this, and this is the play. I can't get in them kind of conversation. I'm actually an accountant. So most time when you see actual a real accountant, a real attorney, anybody that's kind of maybe dealing with something that's regulated, they can't really get into them kind of conversations. People that actually uh, aren't doctors, they can tell you, to take these particular juices and all this kind of stuff because they don't have recourse, right? They don't have a recourse. The damn sure ain't scientists and stuff, but they can give you all this uncredible advice. And it may be a diet or maybe in a routine or maybe in a system that they use and they had success with it. But when you deal with credible people, you got to understand there are certain things they can give you blueprints and give you advice. And most times, holistic advice with that. But it's not going to always be a situation where they're going to tell you specifically what to do. Because once you actually a real professional with doing certain things, you understand that situation is just that situation, and that is different, and that is different. You have this, I don't have that. That don't make me right. That don't make you wrong. It's just different, and that's realistic how the world works, as opposed to just do this and this is going to work for everybody. It's not how things go, and it's unrealistic. So as far as coaching, what I want people to understand is that as we go through something called life, we encounter different experiences and different things that we learn. So you will be amazed how many people, things that you may have done, you experience with, planting certain flowers, your experience with painting certain houses, your experience with, mowing certain grasses or doing certain yards and stuff in a certain region, whatever. You will be amazed how many people would be interested in taking advantage of the things that you have in between your ears. You don't have to actually, like I said again, you don't have to be this guru with that. There are a lot of people that are totally clueless when they go into a Home Depot how to set up and design their backyard. But you've been doing it with your uncle or your dad since you were 12, 13 years old. You'd be amazed, like, hey man, I can help you out there. I can do it with my eyes closed, right? I know how to hook up stereo systems and everything like that. I've been doing it since I was a teenager. I've been DJing since I was you know. And some people just they're clueless. They go into Best Buy, and unfortunately, they're having the Best Buy, Brand Smart, whatever. And you talk to the technical person, well, this one costs 100, and this one costs 150. You're like, no shit, hell, I know that, but you need to know, okay, what's the wattage, what's the difference, what's the hertz with that, what makes the difference, and you may be an expert in that. And you can push yourself. Hey, listen, I know how to set up, in-home studios, in-home theaters, and things like that. And you, again, there you be amazed how many people out there will really want to take advantage of the stuff that you have between your ears. You don't have to know um, everything in the world. You don't have to sell people dreams. You can be totally damn honest, and people will pay you for it. Okay, and I would rather pay you $50 to $100 an hour for you to tell me something, in 2 hours, so I don't spend all this money doing the wrong thing. You will be shocked. You will be shocked how many people will rather just sit with you, find out what to do, and send them on the right path. You'll be shocked. And at the end of the day, just doing something that's really simple to you. Again, you're just taking advantage of it. So coaching, consulting, and things like that, it's a very, very easy path to get into. Again, initially, like I said before, there's not a lot of cost, a lot of fees associated with it. If you put anything more so like from a promotional advertising, running ads, and things like that, most importantly, time you're going to have to put into it and stuff. But it's not a lot you got to put into it. Again, I'm not a big proponent of the whole thing. Try to sell people dreams and stuff like that. Just be honest. Just be honest. Because like I say again, we all have these gifts and skill sets that we never monetize in life. And like I say again, you will be shocked. Some of the things that you do just so easily. You've been doing it since you was a kid. That there are a lot of people out there. There are enough people that will pay you to do it for you to be okay with it. Okay, you'd be amazed. And like I said again, when we start talking about these extra business, these aren't. I'm not necessarily saying you gotta sell the farm, quit your job, and things like that. But you make a decent little side income or additional income doing some of these things. Okay, so like I said, you got enough when you start doing those self assessments. I'm pretty familiar with this. You actually, there are a lot of businesses, and a lot of things that people need assistance with. Gardening, I see so many people out here even do some things with athletic training and things. Now that's a little different. You might want to probably actually get some kind of, and what I want to say, you should probably get certifications like probably get first aid, things like that. Those kind of vary. But when we start just basically talking and dealing with folks, coaching, it's not too much. But you do want to make sure that you're being honest with people. I wouldn't necessarily say go down the path for doing that, because we know bad news travel faster than anything. And when you do wrong by people, or unfairly, sometimes they may perceive it as wrong. That news travels a whole lot faster, right? People don't bring up good stuff unless they need to. People bring up bad stuff just out of conversation. So just be kind of weary of that. Same thing with the t-shirt and the clothing, graphic designers, saying you can find freelance site. People need logos, people need designs for business cards, flyers, and things like that. You do not have to be an artist. You just need to find the right people that can deliver the items that your customer is wanting. Be the intermediary. Same thing, guys. Graphic designs, people always want nice flyers, just backdrops for the social media, banners, profile picture, things like that. You can market yourself as that person. Find your couple of freelance people on that. Again, like I said, you can go to the description section of the YouTube video and find use that Fiverr link. Be that same intermediary, guys. You don't have to come. You're not coming out that much money. Thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box. You don't have to, like I said, the traditional route is cool, but again, you have so many opportunities now in the world we're in. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you opportunities. You can just make a lot of money sitting in your underwear every day at home. I mean, seriously, it's not that difficult, because there are people on the other side of the world that want to use your products or services. And if you are confidently believing in that, you actually be moving in a direction to create those situations for those people to take advantage of those. Okay. So that graphic design, the same concept what we said with the t-shirt and the clothing, outsourcing the freelance, same thing. Probably like I mentioned them before. The only drawback is you sometimes lose The less you're hands on with it, the less control you have with quality. But that's the whole point of building relationships. Excuse me. That's the whole point of building relationships where you have uh, freelance people on deck. Well, okay, hey, this guy, that's a designer I have in France. It's a designer I have in Turkey, and you're doing work. They're giving samples of stuff with that with it to you. You're promoting different packages you guys have partnered out with, and you don't have to even be a link. Have to be something on Fiverr or Upwork or one of those sites. You can get people locally. You can get you some college students, some design, and just have that stuff. And you're just still the intermediary, guys. Again, we're thinking about small business. You can start with your tax refund, low cost, low risk, low investment, potential to make decent amount of profits. We're doing it. We know profit is revenue minus expenses, profits. So again, it doesn't. You may not be moving to Beverly Hills the next day, but again, you're making. You can be making hundreds of dollars a day without spending hell a fraction of that. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Blogger, writer, same thing, same concept. Man, we thinking outside the box. You do not have to write. There are a lot of writers out there, and I want people to understand one thing. This is very important. Uh, Excuse me. One of the most intelligent thing that people can do is, excuse me, understand what they do best. What I mean by understanding what you do best is you don't spend a lot of time trying to be every person man. I got to post this, I got to do that. I remember when I first bought my salon, man, it's like early 2000s. And I got one of my buddies, he said, hey, man, I can do the flows of your shop and everything like that. And, he wasn't no janitor, man. He would probably, it's my partner. He needs some, he was like, hey, bro, I need a little work. Cool, let's do it. And I found out real quick, these are some early years of entrepreneurship, like this is early 2000s. And jacked all my damn flows up in my salon. I don't even know my brother listening, but hey, you know who you are. He's still my dog, but he jacked all the flows up. And his whole thing, and he was just pumping in my head when we were talking. Man, you can get somebody to do this. You ain't got to do that. You do. I mean, I'm sorry. He was saying you can do this and you can do that. And I was so stuck on to that whole ideal concept of, let me try to do this. I'm strung the hell out till I had sat down with my Uncle Charles, who's one of my biggest mentors. And like he was just straight up with me, Pooch, you ain't got two arms, two legs. Be okay if it makes $5 and you get $1 or $2 for not doing a damn thing. Be okay with it. Be okay with it because you can make a lot more of those $1 or $2 by not doing anything than you can make them $5 by you doing it by yourself. Because you're not involved with it. It's gonna take me all day long to make 5, but hell, I can make 10 off just the ones and twos because I'm not involved with it. And you have to sit there and think to yourself, you can't be greedy, and your mind got to be open up to understanding that. Listen, the 15 to 20% or 30% that I'm making with you is much greater than 100% I'm making by myself. You got to understand that and be okay with that. When you're greedy, you lose sight of a lot of things, and you most importantly lose time, and you lose the ability to be able to scale up and scale down with certain things. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. So we start talking about the bloggers and writers. Again, there are people out there that are just excellent, right? But they're not go-getters. They're not hustlers. So they're versed at being able to write certain blogs, write certain stories, and do these kind of things like that. You just need to find them, and you use your skill set to go hustle and bustle and get those actual deal done, and that's it. You sit there and put all you can get your website set up. Hey, listen, we got these particular, we can do creative writing for you guys. Some people need content creators for their YouTube channel. Like they're thinking about, what to do. You'd be amazed. You don't have to sit here and have brain cramps trying to figure everything out. Look, let me pay somebody, just give me some ideas on, what to start this channel about, or how to, just some fresh ideas in regards to the channel I already have established. They're out there. They're out there. Go pay them. You you know what you need, you know what you do best. If you want those people, like I know how to go get this money, but I don't know how to sit here and create pretty signs. I'm one of those people. I'm not a creative person. I know how to sit here and create systems, make things right, put stuff in the right place. But knowing, make stuff flash and pretty. This that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. It's not my thing. And I'm smart enough to understand and to know rather what I'm good at and what I'm not good at and what I'm not gonna waste time trying to pretend I'm good at just because I don't want to spend any money. Okay. So again, though blogger right, I think that's a good one. Same thing with this is a concept that we were taking advantage of probably a good 7 8 years ago, and that's what VA's virtual assistants, where it was the company is based in the Philippines. Was it VAPH, whatever the site. Long story short, just being an intermediary of VAs. I ran across a brother. Got this guy named hell. I copycat. It's world copycat. If you doing, I see you making money. Same thing. If you see me doing, you see I'm making money. You want to try to do it. Go at it. Right. Only thing about it, I didn't know his secret sauce. You don't know my secret sauce. But if you see me doing it, you think it's relatively easy. Go do it. The world, yeah, we all gonna copy. It don't make a difference. It's stuff that people to keep us occupied, and that's why I got the whole virtual assistant concept with that. But I stumbled across that VA website. Long story short, there are a lot of companies that have people maybe like in the Philippines or India where you can just get virtual assistants and you can kind of just outsource them to other people. Again, you're being the intermediary. If you have a company set up, you're actually trying to be this business coach, you're actually trying to start a social media empire, and look, man, I don't have time to take calls, I don't have time to set appointments, I don't have time to do all these particular things. I just need somebody I can pay a couple $100 a month, and they take care of all my loose ends in my life. And you can have your virtual assistant company where you can actually outsource somebody to take care of this person's stuff. They're paying you $200 a month. You getting this person $150 a month, and you clearing out $50 just breathing, right? You may say $50 ain't enough to be doing it. Hell, it's a lot more than what you got in your pocket for the amount of work you put into it. And it doesn't have to be 50. That 50 can be 100, it could be 200. But again, you're thinking outside the box. You're not, putting yourself into it. It's cool. Now again, I understand sometimes people say, well, look, man, I like pressure washing. I like painting and doing that stuff. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But again, when we start going down that path, what we start talking about doing, capital investments. I got to buy a pressure washer. I got to buy the big tank of water and stuff like that. I got to buy, just these different equipment to get started to doing this construction stuff. If I want to do the landscaping and things like that, nothing wrong with it. But again, now I got to go buy the mowers. I got to buy the blowers. I got to buy the cutters and stuff like that. If you just saying, listen, I got this tax refund coming. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to just experiment, see what I can do, how it can benefit me. These are some ideas to help you guys out with that. Okay. And that was the whole concept about, having this discussion with you guys. Because again, with this being the beginning of the tax season, I want you guys to be thinking, but also thinking outside the box. Don't be locked in with traditional ways of thinking like this is the only way I can make money. Okay, we're doing it. You can think outside the box, embrace that the world is flat and you can make money any way you want to, just sitting in your dang living room. Okay, so don't be afraid to kind of just think differently, right? Um, Far too often, because people don't push you to think that way because they don't know, right? But you have a lot of sites out here that you can actually do your homework on it. Like I just said, you can start off at Fiverr, Upwork. These just basic freelance sites, and there's other ones out there. Or you can just look in, some of your local papers. You got college students and everything. You just need to broker deals. You just need to broker the deals, be that intermediary, that middleman person, and just make stuff happen, right? Because again, I'm a firm believer. You can't teach ambition. You can't teach person. So many times people want to start a business up, and they actually know the craft. They know the whole way to lay out the service and stuff like that, but they ain't got that dog in them. They ain't got that dog. The first time they hear no, the second time they hear no, they devastated. They mad. They pissed off, and they quit. Like that ain't. That's why I say sometimes, entrepreneurship and business ain't for everybody. You know me, no means what? Not right now. We're gonna still make it happen. I can circle back with you, go somewhere else, come back. Hey, bro, you straight? You sure about that? And then I say, get the hell on or whatever. All right, man, I'm sorry. After a while, I come back. Hey, I know we talked before. Listen, just checking. Then I tell you, got it. You know, I don't get into that. I don't get into my feelings about it. But because there've been plenty of times, hey man, listen, bro, You still do those taxes? Y'all still do? Yeah, we still do it. Yeah, we've been doing it 20 damn years. But at the end of the day, you didn't quit when you heard it. Now you didn't sit there and harp on him. You just touched and everything. And that's the same reason why I'm pretty sure people get probably make direct mailing from different real estate companies or different places. They still putting them fillers out there, let you know they still exist, right? That's the thing about it. Probably another one, guys, where I'm at right now, the tax preparation business. I do have that course, how to start your own tax business. You can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You see the link in there. Tax business. The only cost you do have is the software. If you're actually gonna be a legitimate tax person, actually getting all the, as far as getting your EFIN number, your PTIN number to be able to prepare and transmit tax returns, there's no really cost associated with that. You have the yearly fee, I think, what, $30, $31 to prepare a tax ID number. But your software can cost anywhere from, you got cheaper ones, but just say, market rate, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, depending what you may charge for, what you may pay for tax software, promotion and marketing and advertising. You may put a little about the same amount or a little bit less into it, but it's a business I've been in for over 20 years. Pretty decent. I think the problem with people when they get into the tax preparation industry, because I'm pretty sure everybody's seeing that, everybody and their mother posting that they're doing taxes and stuff. I don't think people are realistic about the actual growth. I always say your first year, 10 to 15 people, maybe 20. Second year, 20 to 30. Third year, 30 to 50 people and stuff like that. This is if you actually you trying to build it up, because most people, they're not going to be comfortable with you seeing their personal information. With doing it, they're glad you're in business. Now, this is if you're doing everything legitimate. You're not trying to make up numbers and be a wizard instead of being a tax preparer. But typically, just going the whole legitimate square route of it, it's a gradual progression. And usually by the time you hit year 3 or 4, okay, now you got consistent people. Then you got, like I said, 40, 50 people and stuff like that. Depending on how you're hitting it, now it's coming in and stuff. But great business. Again, if you ever the course I have, I start your own tax business, is set up for somebody that want to start a tax business or even currently in business, tax preparation business. Well, I give you my whole concept in regards to having a remote business, brick and mortar, how to market year round, how to, when a person comes in your office, from the intake, the process, and the outtake, maintain a relationship year round, also creating a referral culture. All that information I got in between my ears is in that course. So you can check that out in the description section of the video. Again, right now we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I think I said TikTok. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. Nobody has any questions. I've been looking, so nobody has any questions or anything like that. That's why I'm trying to just see if anybody have any questions. I just want to do a quick feed tonight. I had a board meeting and shit. I was just like, I'll wait till tomorrow, but then I was tired, so I don't want to be trying to press, try to get everything in. But if no one doesn't, guys, listen, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I know it's late at night, but hell, I just got in and stuff like that. Take advantage of the great information. Again, we just put those videos in regards to the Schedule A through Schedule E on the YouTube channel. We have a couple grants for the month of January that are listed on there. If I have anything else coming up soon, we have a couple more other things coming down the pipe. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. But again, guys, love you all. Be safe and stuff. Yeah, I do got a couple of videos. I just thought about that. I do have a couple of videos coming out in regards to, tax repairs and things like that. So I just thought about that. So just be on the lookout for those videos as well. Y'all take care. Be safe. Talk with you soon.